Hello, hello, boys and girls. This is Undertale, of course, and welcome back to some more Battlefield 4 gameplay. Got some naval assault here, or what I have you call it. I don't know. I just call it Conquest with also Rush in it, because that's basically what it is. When the carrier assault happens, or Titan mode, or whatever it was called in the 2004 Battlefield 2042? Or was it 2142? Oh god, I don't even remember. But anyways, how this works is that you have a carrier on your team, and the enemy carrier has a carrier on their team. They have a finite amount of health, 100, and every missile that hits your carrier loses 1 health point out of those 100. It's kind of like tickets. So you can actually win a match without ever boarding the enemy carrier, planting the bombs and that kind of stuff, just by dominating the map and keeping all of the control points. As you can see, my team already has 4 out of 5 possible points, and we're right now kind of battling for the 5th point here. And the enemy carrier is already taking a hell of a beating, down to 89 health, I think, and ours is only on 96. So ours is obviously a lot more healthier, I guess. I don't know, lack of a better word of describing it. But when the carrier goes down to 0 here, I believe that then you can board it and actually blow it up quickly by planting the MCOMs. There's 2 of them, one A, and then B MCOM opens up after you've blown up MCOM A, so you can't actually charge both of them at the same time. Sadly, that's something I kind of wish you could do, personally, because I feel like it easily becomes a stagnant battle with one team just trying to defend themselves too much. But then again, they have been smart enough to include the mechanic that, like I said, if you still control the majority of the battlefield, but you can't blow up the enemy MCOMs, you can still blow up the enemy ship, because it will go down to 0 eventually, and just needs a little bit of time, and make sure you have enough control points, as simple as that. And like I said before, I really like these maps. These maps are fun to play on. They're a bit different from each other. Some have big open islands, some have big islands that are a little bit closed off with the sub base inside of it, and this one it has pretty good high mountains with just a little bit of inside of it, and then we have those smaller ones that really only have like a waterfall inside of it, and they kind of all look similar, but they play very differently, and I like that. It feels like they put in a decent amount of effort. I guess they could have put in some more effort into the map, but I personally enjoyed them, and I also enjoy this game mode better actually than Conquest. The only thing I'm kind of missing here a little bit, I think there should be jets on Carrier Assault, or whatever you call this game mode. Like I said, again, I'm horrible with remembering names. I've only played this game mode 4 times now, so I'm not gonna say for sure because yeah, you know me, I suck at remembering names simply. But overall, it's really enjoyable actually, and it's kind of fun, because most of the maps are so well made that you can easily travel by foot between the different MCOMs. They're not too far apart. If they were too far apart, you would need a lot more boats, and honestly, you don't always want to go ahead and try to find a fucking boat or a hovercraft to get to where you want to go from A to B or whatever. So it's a nice change of pace, to be honest, that you can run to most of these or swim to most of these without any big issues. And it also, especially on the little island map where you have the cave inside of the waterfall, I really like that, because the enemy team can kind of get bogged down sometimes. I've also played that map on Conquest as a bomber, or as a jet pilot with the JDAM bombs, and holy shit, you can get a lot of kills when the enemy is like all bunched up on one tiny fucking island and you drop both of your bombs on there. I think I got 5 kills in one bomb drop, just like randomly dropping it, not even trying to aim it really. I just made sure to hit the right island, so to say, and it was quite enjoyable. Sadly though, I run into one of the most common problems in Battlefield: ammo! Give me ammo! And there's nobody around to give ammo really, and even if there's one person around to give ammo, they won't actually give any ammo. So yeah, it kind of sucks a little bit, but I can't really blame them, because most of the time when I'm playing support, I kind of get busy and that kind of stuff. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I think something happened with my internet or with the server, because it seemed like nothing was happening when I was shooting that guy. I was like, fuck, did I just lose connection? Are you kidding me? This match had been going so well, but luckily I seem to get it back. So a lot of stuff is gonna be happening. Actually, me and Doc M, and I believe also Keralis, another Swedish YouTuber, maybe even Tapes, are gonna go to Paris next week, and we're gonna look at the Watch Dogs, and if we are lucky, Doc M might have been able to sweet talk Ubisoft into letting us actually play it on PC instead of fucking PlayStation 4. Not quite sure though if all of us are gonna get to do it or just Doc, but I'm hoping at least maybe I'm gonna be able to do it as well, because you guys know me, I fucking hate console controllers. Oh man, the only thing I think they're good for is fighting games and racing games, then it's kind of fun, but then again, I much rather prefer playing with like a steering wheel and like pedals on my PC, so like even for that it's kind of crappy, but at least it's better than mouse and keyboard at that instance. So I'm sorry for you guys watching who play PlayStation or play Xbox, but that's just simply the truth. It's kind of crappy crap if you use the mouse and keyboard, because there's such a difference in precision and how you play a game with a mouse and keyboard, because you can assign so many more keys to do so many more things, so you can have a much more enjoyable gameplay. And also, I've been told by Ubisoft employees that the game looks fucking amazing on PC, and it kind of looks like meh on PlayStation and Xbox One, but that's nothing weird with that, because if you compare, for example, a PlayStation 4 with just one of my graphics cards, one of my graphics cards are 2.5 times as powerful as a PlayStation 4. Both my graphics cards make it 5 times as powerful. My CPU is about almost 10 times, I think, as powerful. No, as an Xbox One, I think. I'm not quite sure. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna go out of my line here and like say stuff I can't actually confirm and like reliably say, yeah, that's true. So right now we're assaulting the actual boat, so good times to be had. Nope. This is actually kind of where I feel they fucked up a little bit with the boats. I wish the boats were bigger, more open, and easier to assault. I definitely hate these one-way doors. They are horrible. I think you really should be able to run all the way into the spawn, literally almost, or at least have these kind of doors a lot further away from the MCOM, because you run into huge issues with these fucking doors, because they can pop out and shoot you whenever they want to. You're never really safe, and they can come from so many directions, and if you would make it so it's only one door, then you would be able to camp that door, and that's kind of what's happening now. We kind of overpowered them on their boat, and they have no chance of getting out, and that's kind of what sucks. I think it would have been way better if you had like a big door you just could go through that was kind of invisible, further back in the ship, maybe 100 meters away or something like that, and that's where you spawn, and you go out straight away, and then you make your way to the MCOM through different corridors, to different floors, maybe go on top of the ship, or maybe jump off the ship, swim on the side a bit, and then swim up the side and go inside. I think that would have been a way better solution overall here. But like I said, I think they did a decent job at least. I just wish it was a little bit more advanced, simply. Like, I never like these choke points, because these choke points just turn into noobs sitting with their fucking LMGs and just spraying and spraying and spraying until they need to reload, and then they reload and they keep on spraying, kind of like Metro. And I mean, that is enjoyable maybe once or twice, just to have a little bit of fun with your LMG, but after that it just becomes a boring fucking thing if you're on one team or the other. Even if you're the team that's kind of kicking ass, it's still kind of boring. And I run into the same issue here too. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, there's red doors everywhere again, and this is where I'm supposed to go, down in the engine compartment. There's big ass diesel engines right there, that's for damn sure. Talk about horsepower. But yeah, so next week going to France, Paris. Gonna be interesting. I've never been to France, I've never been to Paris, so obviously since I haven't been to Paris, I haven't been to France. That kind of tells its own story, so to say. But it's gonna be very fun to check it out, especially because I'm kind of looking forward to Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs seems to turn out to be one of those GTA games that are a little bit more mature and maybe with a little bit better storyline, even though GTA usually has a very good storyline, I gotta say. But I'm having high hopes on this one because South Park: The Stick of Truth was so incredibly fucking good. I mean, sure, it's just Ubisoft publishing it, but again, like, I'm having high hopes for it. So it's gonna be really fun to try it out and check it out and see what can be done and how it works, simply because I think it's gonna be one of those games that a lot of PC players especially is gonna be looking forward to, and I'm one of those. So as usual, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.